Hello everyone, Jai Hind and welcome to the platform of StudyIQ IAS in English. My name is Bhanwarsingh through MX India 115th course and qualified civil services in 2012. And I welcome you on the platform. Now in this session, we'll be talking about Pro-Tem Speaker and who Pro-Tem Speaker is actually. Now this term, when it comes to the Pro-Tem, this term had been taken from the Latin phrase that means for the time being. That is basically Pro-Tem Speaker. He is a temporary speaker who is there, and this office is temporary and only vital for the transition, that is between the dissolution of the old house and also the constitution of the new one that is there. Now the post of the Pro-Tem Speaker is there for the center as well as it is for the states as well. Now basically he is or he acts for the bridging of the gap that is there, and ultimately the speaker of the previous house, he vacates the seat or he vacates his position just a day before the meeting of the newly constituted either the Lok Sabha or either the state legislative assembly. And ultimately over here the Pro-Tem Speaker fills the crucial constitutional void that is created after the leaving of the position by the speaker just a day before the dissolution. Now when it comes to the constitutional framework, so we have Article 95(1). Article 95(1), it provides or it empowers the president to appoint a member of the Lok Sabha to be the Pro-Tem Speaker and to perform the duties of the speaker while the office is vacant. And that is where the Pro-Tem Speaker is appointed by the powers that has been given to the president under Article 95(1). Then there is another article which mirrors the Article 95(1), that is Article 180 Clause 1. Now when it comes to this article, this also gives the provision for the state legislative assembly where the governor, he can make the appointment, and there is mandatory oath that is administered. The oath for the Pro-Tem Speaker is administered by the president in the case of the Lok Sabha, and it is administered by the governor in the case of the state legislative assembly. Now when it comes to the tenure, so this office is strictly temporary, or it is not a permanent office, and ultimately it ceases to exist as soon as the new speaker of the house is being elected, whether it is in Lok Sabha or whether it is in the state legislative assembly. Now when it comes to the appointment process, so there is a convention that is there in our legislative the proceedings that are there. Now as per the convention that is there, the president for the Lok Sabha and the governor for the state legislative assembly, they appoint the Pro-Tem Speaker, and the constitution, while it allows for the appointment, at the same time there is a strong parliamentary convention that is followed while appointing the Pro-Tem Speaker. Then the convention that I am talking about is the convention of seniority. That is a person who is the senior most member of the Lok Sabha or the legislative assembly, he is appointed as the Pro-Tem Speaker. Now please remember that this is just a convention and it is not mentioned in the constitution. Also when it comes to the seniority, seniority is not in the terms of the age, but it is in the terms of the serving of the tenure of the house or the Lok Sabha that is taken into consideration. That is how much time a person had been member of the house. So the longer the period, that means he is senior most in the house. And if there are two people or two of the members of the house who have the same tenure, tenure length, so ultimately then the case is decided by the age that is there. But at the same time, this is not the case that is always there. When it comes to the responsibilities of the Pro-Tem Speaker, he presides the first sitting of the house. Alright, ultimately the very first meeting of the newly elected house is basically presided by the Pro-Tem Speaker, and he ensures the order and the protocol which are maintained, which are the roles and responsibilities of the speaker. At the same time, he also administers the oath, that is their primary functional duty, to administer the oath to all the newly elected members of the house, that is of the state legislative assembly or the Lok Sabha, and also they enable the house to elect its permanent speaker. And ultimately, once the permanent speaker has been elected, the Pro-Tem Speaker office, it ceases to exist. So primarily there are two important roles and the responsibility, and that is to administer the oath to the newly elected house, and also the second primary responsibility is to elect or to conduct the election for the speaker of the house itself. Now, when it comes to the roles and responsibilities and also the features of the Speaker and the Pro-Tem Speaker. So, over here, the tenure of the Speaker is full term of the House, that is approximately for the 5 years. But at the same time, the tenure of Pro-Tem Speaker is very brief, and he or she typically remains in the seat only for 1 or 2 days. When it comes to the method, the Speaker is elected by the members of the House. But when it comes to the Pro-Tem Speaker, he is appointed by the President or the Governor, as the case may be. When it comes to the power, the Speaker has the complete disciplinary as well as the administrative powers. But the Pro-Tem Speaker has limited powers, and he is focused only on 2 things, that is oath and the election of the Speaker. And the removal of the Speaker is by the resolution that is passed by the majority of the House. But the post of the Pro-Tem Speaker, it ceases to exist as soon as the Speaker is elected for the House. But at the same time, when it comes to the Pro-Tem Speaker position, he has the same powers as that of the Speaker. There are 100% similar powers that are provided to him, and legally the powers are there during their brief tenure itself, that is only for just 1 or 2 days. Now, this is very important that you have to remember that the senior most rule or the senior most member rule is not mentioned in the Constitution. It is a parliamentary convention, and if the Governor or the President chooses to bypass the seniority, it often leads to the political friction, and there had been various cases which had emanated into the Supreme Court, and they have went to the Supreme Court. So there were historical controversies as well, like for example in 2018. In 2018 in Karnataka, there was appointment of KG Bopaiah, who was, and it was challenged at Supreme Court for bypassing the other senior members that were there in the Karnataka Assembly. At the same time, in 2019, there was controversy that erupted in Maharashtra over the Pro-Tem Speaker's role in conducting the floor test before the regular Speaker election had been conducted. But at the same time, when it comes to Supreme Court, so Supreme Court have laid down, or it has generally refused to interfere with the Governor's discretion in appointment, as well as the appointment of the Pro-Tem Speaker. And over here, prioritizing the seniority convention is as the best practice, but also this is not a rigid law, because this is just a convention that had been followed till so far because of the electing or appointing the Pro-Tem Speaker. Now, there had been recent development when it comes to Tamil Nadu. So in Tamil Nadu, TVK had emerged as the single largest party, and ultimately Vijay had been administered the oath of the Chief Minister. At the same time, Governor has appointed TVK leader M.V. Karupaiah as the Pro-Tem Speaker, and he will be overseeing the oath-taking ceremony of the newly elected MLAs, as well as when it comes to the process that had been followed in the Tamil Nadu. So it had followed the convention or the adhered convention, showcasing that this is a stable procedural environment compared to the other states which are facing the resort politics as well as the floor test disputes as well. So that is all, but at the same time, you have to remember that when it comes to the Pro-Tem Speaker, so he is the custodian of the House's dignity during its most nascent stage, its most recent, the young stage of the House. So that would be all in this video. I hope that now you have a complete understanding about the position as well as the roles and responsibilities of the Pro-Tem and why Pro-Tem, what Pro-Tems actually means. So that would be all, but at the same time, let me tell you and remind you once again that on 15th of May, we are ending this discount that we are giving you. We are giving you 50% of the discount along with the double validity. And for getting the discount, what you can do is you can use the code BRSLive for gaining the maximum discount on all the UPSC courses which are available on the StudyIQ platform. At the same time, there is also, I'll be starting off with the public administration optional classes right from 15th of May. So again, you can use the same code, that is BRSLive, for the maximum discount, and you can get the 50% off and also double validity on the public administration optional as well. So that would be all. I hope that the complete issue as well as the complete process is now it is clear in your mind about the Pro-Tem Speaker as well as the comparison between the Pro-Tem Speaker and the Speaker as well. So that would be all. Thank you very much, guys, for joining me over here on the platform of StudyIQ. I will see you in the next, but till now, till then, please take care of yourself, and also do not forget to like, share, as well as subscribe to our channel so that you do not miss any of the updates. Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care and Jai Hind.